USCIS announced that they're changing the test for naturalization applicants to become a United States citizen. And the new test that they're rolling out makes it harder to become a US citizen, not easier. Right now, if you're applying for naturalization, you have to take a civics exam. And in order to pass that civics exam, you have to study from a list of 100 questions. And of those 100 questions, you will be asked 10 questions at your interview. If you get 6 of those 10 questions right, you pass the civics tests. But starting with applications filed after October 18th, 2025, USCIS is reintroducing the tougher test that the Trump administration first implemented in 2020. That means now that applicants will have a 20-question test, and these questions will be pulled randomly from a bank of 128 questions. And you have to get 12 correct in order to pass. And once you hit 12 right, you automatically pass the test, so they're not going to ask any further questions if there are further questions remaining. But if you get 9 wrong, you automatically fail. And here's really the bigger picture with all this. USCIS has admitted that this is the first step of many changes that are to come for naturalization. They're promising more changes, more vetting, more strict review, even neighborhood investigations. They're reframing naturalization as a process that you have to fight harder for, and not necessarily a fair process, but more of an obstacle course. So ultimately, this really isn't about making sure that people know civics. This is all part of a broader plan of discouraging immigrants from applying for citizenship. It creates barriers for people and is essentially aimed at shrinking the number of new US citizens. And in my opinion, it's because they want fewer immigrants to become citizens, fewer voices in elections, and fewer people accessing the protections and privileges that citizenship provides. So the takeaway at this point is if you're eligible for citizenship, apply now. Don't wait. It's better to file your application sooner rather than later if you're eligible. And if you file before mid-October 2025, you can still take the easier test. If you delay, though, you're taking a risk of not only a harder test, but of whatever new rules they announce next. For more immigration news and information, feel free to give us a follow.